Welcome back, everyone. I told you it was a short break, and apparently I lied to you. It wasn't that short of a break. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined by Banks. We're bringing you the coverage and the final day of coverage for the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American Qualifier. I see you tip-tapping over there, Banks. You must be excited to get this one underway.
I want to see Nuke. I know Rush is... We were speaking to our observer, Rush, and he hates Nuke for multiple reasons.
I haven't talked to Rush about Nuke in years, and I can already tell you what he said. It's probably one of his least favorite maps to observe.
It's just, there's no need for Valve to have made this map so difficult to observe. You literally just split it for them, right? If they're on one side, give them just make it easier, right? Putting it on top just makes it so much harder.
Make it like lighter and darker.
There you go.
Yeah?
See, there's easy options to fix it.
Well, in what 1.6 used to have the arrows. Not an arrow, but it was like a straight line with like a T.
Yeah.
Like that. It showed if they were above you or below you on the minimap.
Easy thing to add, but
see?
They don't care about us, so we just have to let Rush get on with it.
Well, I mean, I know why they don't care about you because you were talking about Blizzard on air. Jeez, this guy.
Go back to Overwatch.
Mentioning Tracer and
abilities.
abilities.
Mention Tracer or abilities, but that's where your head's going. I know you had your little romantic lunch and your catch-up.
I did, man. You had one as well.
I know, yeah, we were
both on separate dates today.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyways, we don't hear about that. I don't know why we're actually talking about that. We're going to get underway with Nuke. As the map you were talking about before, it's going to be NoTag up against Wild. It's a rematch, technically, from the first day where Wild did win 2-1. And they did win Nuke, and they did win Dust 2. And fun enough, that's the last two maps here in this series. So now the eyes are going to be on NoTag to come back big here. See if they've been able to fix where they previously have had problems, at least in the past. And of course, Rush, a big shout out to him for observing here and sticking with us through Nuke. You're going to do great, Rush. I believe in you.
When he hits auto-director halfway through, he's just like, yeah, I'm done. he's like, this is just pointless.
And then we're going to be like, wow, Rush, observing was really good. And
he's like, damn it, I've been replaced. I've given up my job.
But auto-director is a tease, though, because you know that there's a kill going to happen before you actually get there, or before you see it.
It's just a long-term hack, right?
At least it just doesn't, blue ball you in the end and potentially show you a kill that's not going to be there.
Now, looking at NoTag, obviously they get started on the CT side. This wasn't their pick, but this was exactly the same scenario that happened last time. Now, for me, Phelps, yes, you had a great game last time around. Now we're on Nuke. This is Wild's choice. This is where Wild's been dominant before. They beat you 16-9 last time. This is where I need to see NoTag have that kind of tactical power to be shown. It can't just be, let's try and hold the default positions, because Wild will be ready for it. You can already see PKL jumping down, but it's the frags going in favor of NoTag here. Tatex will be able to get one, gets a second as well, switches out his pistol, was hungry for more. Landon tapping away as well, but he's very aware of Cello's position. Goes for the pre-fire to try and get the slight wallbang coming out there. Isn't able to make it connect just yet. Tries to back away, does it in style as well. Avoids taking any further damage. So this 2 versus 3. Certainly possible as they go to jump down into the lower B bomb site. You see Rush hit that lovely angle to watch him flow down. See, Rush, you can observe.
I see Rush actually walking out of the studio.
Oh, it's auto-direct. God damn it.
Well, Phelps comes with the big kill. Landon now the last alive against 3. He's got a man flanking from behind. Got a man tapping the defuse. He's not going to take down Zand, and NoTag going to pull off the pistol round here, a much-needed pistol round. And Banks, to be fair, we talk about, NoTag, have they really been able to fix things coming in from the last 2 days on this map in particular? But we also have to keep in mind is they played Wild on this map 2 days before. They have the tape there. They can literally watch back the demo. They can watch back the stream, see what Wild was doing, and then come up with counters and figure out what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. They can assume that they were either going to meet Wild or LG into the loser bracket finals, and maybe this is a map that they have prepared for. Maybe they've kind of read into what Wild were doing and might have fixed some things.
You would certainly hope so here.
Good. Look at Zan, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Zan. Thank you. See, he knows. He's aware. It's only you, Jason, that's
He's going to die. I'm just going to be like, no. Where's your god now, Banks?
Just to put this into perspective for you as well, right? We've seen 8 games Phelps. From Wild on this. What? There I was. I was just going to go through my little notebook, go through the stats and say what I was thinking. Instead, Phelps, he wants to continue on what he started on Overpass. He wants to put the hurt on him. And if he can continue this form, we said it, right, when we were talking about what could happen on Nuke, this is where Wild may struggle to have the answer because it's the individual ability. Now, okay, you get a one-tap, but you don't get a weapon. Zan chimes in with the MP5, godlike, and
he was on like 2 HP, but because he fell off a silo.
He got the shots regardless.
I'm sad that that's not white or yellow anymore, by the way, because Twinkie was the best name in existence for CS calls. Was it not called Twinkie in 1.6 for you guys?
No, we
call it Twinkie.
Oh, okay.
Because it looked like, do you know what Twinkie is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the big,
Yeah, and it's the yellow silo, or it was yellow back then.
Well, ours was in 1-6. That was red. It was the big red building. Like the big red, it was like a rock, huge red rock.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, that was Source then, I guess.
Oh,
I played Source.
Jason.
Well. No, you're right. It was a red rock. I forget about that.
There you go. My 1.6 knowledge is still there. And what I was going to say was Wild have played this map. It's a regular pick for them 8 times. They've won it 7. They've only lost 1. When you come against NoTag, they played it once. They've lost once.
0% win rate is what you're saying?
Yeah. There's not much to go off though. Like
exactly.
one game doesn't give you the full picture, but it does tell you the picture that NoTag do not play into this map. Now, they may be able to try and get away with a couple of rounds. They've had the early start here, but obviously Wild had the bomb plants down. They've now got the heavier weapons in play. Okay, Landon has a scout, but it's still something to work with. Needs to be careful of Cello though, who's actually in a good spot. He hears what's going on, and that's the bomb. Oh, Cello. Okay, he may only have 19 health, but this is a golden opportunity for him to try and work the advantage in. Goes to reposition himself as well. The question is, will Destiny be on top? And Destiny, looking around at the right time, does manage to clutch it out, but realistically, shouldn't have got to that spot, shouldn't have been that close.
I mean, NoTag, I didn't really think upgraded too many weapons. They did have the MP5 still for Zand, and then he fell really quickly early on. I mean, look what they're buying now. That kind of is a true story of, yeah, they did not buy that much in the last round. They got an op for KNG, they got 3 M4s, they had the CZ out of Horve. So they didn't really go for the big upgrades, and obviously that's going to cost them that round, and potentially another one if they can't, actually potentially another 2 or 3 if they can't win this.
Well, PKL, he's looking to do some damage. He's going up against M4s mainly, 1 CZ in play and the AWP up on KNG, but that AWP for KNG means he sacrificed a lot of utility as well, and already NoTag spending a lot of that utility just to even keep Wild at bay, but they've already gained control moving down to the lower site. Zand is going to have to come up huge here, at least walking away with 1 kill, but this is the least favorite spot of mine because you have to cover both angles. As they start to push in, you're very much on your own. He may have
KNG
the player
there to help him out?
He's got the player from window, but the smoke's down.
Yeah, that's true.
Gets 1, that's brilliant. And then there's the MP5 he takes down, sadly. But the rest of Wild will close in and try and swarm into this B bomb site to get the plant down.
KNG's looking for potentially a big frag here, as well as Horve comes out. Looks like they will give this up here and just go for the save into the next round. Maybe if Cello comes out with a cheeky kill or 2, they could push in, but time's not going to be there, especially with no kit. KNG's going to back away to CT spawn.
I want to see Wild hunt him down, though. Hunt him down. You could easily send Landon now. Send Landon and one of your other riflers. Go hunt now for KNG or Cello. Try and take the weapons out of the hands. Don't allow them to save it. And also, if you can grab that AWP, pass it over to Landon, that's a huge pickup for him.
You know what they need to do? They need to make... Oh, yeah, there you go. Basically that, except they need to change it so it's you can see 2 maps on the minimap at once.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One minimap's the lower, one minimap's the upper.
You've got the room.
Yeah. But I mean, it changes right there when you do swap, but that doesn't really help when you're observing someone who's outside and someone who's trying to see someone who's lower. Yep, see, even Rush agrees. And if Rush agrees with me, then you know I have to be right, because, you know, I don't play CS anymore, according to Banks.
We can play some games. I can educate
we'll do 1v1 A map.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, now I'm a little scared that you're so confident.
I'm not scared of that at all.
You didn't hesitate at all.
If people who watched my stream go back to when I was doing 1v1s on the people on 1.6, they would see the destruction that was had. It was a lot of fun. But talk about destruction, KNG. He's able to start off strong. See, this is why I didn't want them to be able to save onto these weapons, because even with the lower buy of the SMGs, they can put the hurt on them now. Already having a 1-man advantage. It's hard enough already for the T's to break in, but now Wild have to really play this smart here. Good positions as well on the upper A site for the NoTag side. And this will now be up to Wild to see how they can kind of try and react to this, because there's such a heavy presence on the A site, and Wild may not be aware of what they could potentially walk into.
They know outside's closed for business with KNG there. They don't have an AWP to contest that.
Landed weapon
Did he just drop in at ZK?
Yeah.
Huh? Not sure where that was. Nice little kill and a PKL to open things up with, but Cello's going to shut that down over towards Squeaky. K-Tech's going to push out of Hut by himself. I don't know what that exactly was. There's a man still up ladder.
Cello, absolute lockdown there. Just able to get that refrag after Horve went down and then hold his position. Didn't even rotate around, right? They knew exactly where he was, and he was still able to get the further 2 kills. So solid start from him. And now we get to see if NoTag can kind of build upon this advantage. Now, this is, if you're Wild, okay, so you are going to buy into it. Landon's going to be on the CZ. We're there. Yeah, I know what they're trying to do. They want to try and win this round and break NoTag's economy, force them onto a potential eco, or make them force again, but this is not probably the way to do it. Unless you're going to really take the fight straight to him. And you also don't have too much utility to play off of. Now we've just got one flash and one smoke early on left for Team Wild. So they need to be cautious. Now, it is T-side, right? It's still, to me, Nuke is a CT-sided map. But there is plenty of opportunity here for Wild to find their way back into the game. But this, to me, just wouldn't be the right decision. In before they come through and wreck face.
Well, that is the caster's curse. Happens to us all. That's a fantastic flashbang. Actually, Lenden's still going to commit for the push. And speaking of racking, Zan's going to fall there. Now KNG. We flashed out his position. Going to drop down towards lower. The bomb most likely going to make its way down. Cello's going to try to hold on to this one. A fantastic shot on the Landon. Destiny does take down Phelps, and Destiny's going to take down a second onto Cello. And as you were saying before, and with that caster's curse coming into full effect here,
Really well
must
played.
be witches.
Really well played. I cannot fault it in the fact that Wild, this was a risk for them. They made the risk pay off. It is really going to now affect the economy of NoTag. If KNG can't save his AWP as well and they still want to try and go for this, and Horvath does still want to go for this, so he needs some backup. KNG's scoping around the corners. He's looking for an opportunity. Horvath's fallen, though, and that will see him straight away back off, but he might get picked, and that's exactly what happens. And now this is the real problem for NoTag. Having no weapons saved into this, it doesn't matter that Wild had 2 alive. They got the plant down. This is looking very comfortable for him. NoTag do have the opportunity to force into this round, but again, that's the risk moment. My problem when we get to this stage, especially on a map like Nuke, if you're doing the constant force, eventually one team's economy is going to be broken. And then you give the other team the opportunity to get a couple rounds on the bounce. They get to work their advantage from here, and that's when you can build momentum. And on a map like Nuke, that is what you need.
Unfortunately, it's not what you want to have happen if you're on the CT side and you start to let these rounds slip. Nice smokes to cross the yard. Phelps can be waiting with the CZ. Spotting out the first player, not able to get the frag onto Destiny's. We'll be down to 1 HP at least. And Cello with that nice smoke actually going to stall a lot of time here. There's still a lot of time left on the board, though, for Wild either way.
Oh, I love that. See, the swap. Landon takes the AK-47, allows Destiny to play further back with that AWP because he's only got 1 health. He doesn't want to be going in for them close-range firefights at all. So smart calls, smart decision-making. They've still got the advantage, but NoTag are in a good spot. They've got the weapons and they've got the positions here. It's now about Wild breaking in because Phelps' kill, although it was a good to get a kill, it wasn't really anything that could help them break into a site.
Team Wild with the advantage. Just stalled the pace in here. Zan's going to peek around the corner and meet the AWP of Destiny. KNG, in the meantime, has been able to push up, though, from ramp. Does he expect to be a player in towards Squeaky? Ooh, there's our answer. And looks like Wild's going to have another round here and take themselves up to 4. Horvath. I want to have faith in you, but against this many players, it's going to be tough, but he gets to. Cello comes in. The AK's picked up out of Horvath. He gets a 3rd. He almost gets the 4th as well. Just the second I take my faith away from him, he proves me wrong. That was a fantastic little couple of shots routed off, and really good teamwork as well, because the player who came up vent at the same time, trying to help him out, trying to pick up that frag. If he got that in time, that actually would have been a nice little 2-on-2 situation that they could have won.
And Destiny would have only been on 1 health as well, and he was also still down on the lower site, which meant his rotation round would have been more difficult. So very close, but again, now NoTag, their economy is broken. Now you're going to see Horvath and Phelps, because they've had the extra money, they've had the extra kills. They'll get the armor in there, but is it really going to do them too much good? Maybe we see from NoTag a bit more of an aggressive play with the CZs, because you just saw then, when they've taken the fight to him, they've been able to deal the damage. Now, Phelps, his position might be known. He went to go aggressive last time. Instead, the last time he ran into all of the terrorists. They do seem well aware of his position as well. He sees the mollies come towards him. He will just fall back. But one thing I want to look back at is just in the last couple of rounds as well. That vent position that we've seen Riot tucked away in the corner, twice now NoTag have used that and got away with a couple of kills. Eventually, it won't work. I don't want them to become too predictable with it, but Phelps, long range, CZ, definitely that gun is
given up
nerfed.
inside, but the bomb's down on the outside. Actually, sorry, not on the outside. It's actually down towards T-spawn. It's going to be picked up now, and potentially it allows time for NoTag to maybe pick up the AWP on top.
Oh, yeah, so the top. So they could, do they want to go for that and try and grab it back? They've got...
Looks like they're not, actually. Looks
No,
like
they've
they're
got
just
the
going to give
time
it
on
away.
their side with that plant going down quite early on.
I don't think they have a kit either. PKL needs to be overwhelmed if NoTag want to be able to win this round. Coming around the corner, takes on the first. Zan comes in, misses the AK shots. KNG won't have a chance either. And it's so unfortunate now for them. Can Phelps actually recover this off now? It doesn't get knocked off of the silo.
Oh, it's at the top.
From the bomb.
No, it's still on the... Oh, from the bomb.
Yeah.
Potential, and I was going to say K-Tech because he was the one the SMG to try and go get that AWP, but it's not going to happen. They can buy into it, but this is where Wilds are, right? They've got that 2-round lead now, and this is where they should have been building their bank of economy and kind of trying to win out the easier rounds, or easier rounds, so to speak, right? Oh, they're not actually... Landon's not going to buy into it. They could have had it dropped over, so... I really respect this decision. You've not bought the AWP. You know that KNG will have one on this round as well because they had pretty much a save last time. So there's a lot for NoTag that they can work the advantage here. Wild are going to have to play this perfectly with the AKs.
That means you're going to invest a lot of smokes as well into outside to make sure they can transition across. They're actually faking this one out. Trying to overwhelm Zand over towards ramp. Nade's going to do a little bit of damage. Spray. And actually, he's going to connect onto Destiny there. Zand's gonna be completely blinded up, and nice little flashbang as well allows Wild to get in. And more importantly, K-Tex to get a big kill on Cello.
I just got to say, Wild, not only have their smokes been on point, but it has neutralized KNG's position now 2-3 rounds. We saw it once outside, we saw it once down when they come into the lower side of window, and now you've just had it there as he was trying to get them jumping down into ramp as well. So KNG really having a hard time to find an angle to play from. And this will certainly allow Wild to gain full control, and Horvath just steps straight out thinking he might get a bit of a peek on go. Instead, he just loses his head, and KNG doesn't even get a chance to scope in. Landon, well aware of it, completely ready for it, and Destiny knows that Zand is still going to be somewhere around here, goes in for the kill, and Wild, still with 5 alive, are all up against Phelps. Now, this man has been incredible. We saw it just earlier today. We saw it a bit yesterday as well. Is he 1v5 incredible and a defuse? I think not.
Well, if you had the MP5, it'd probably be possible.
You are learning, Jason. See, in the break, I had to sit down with Jason. I explained, no, there was no sarcasm. Americans don't know sarcasm. You don't know sarcasm. There is a...
American, I speak sarcasm fluently. Phelps going to get one. I would imagine, though, they're going to chase this weapon down. Trying to retreat back towards T-Spawn, down to 14 HP. Able to hit the shots on Landon. And Team Wild are running away with this game.
And just 3-0 start. Just to explain our little discussion during the break, Jason. You may have forgotten it and like removed it from your memory, but I sat down, I showed him how good the MP5 was, I explained it in detail, and Jason was even agreeing with me, so he's just acting up for you guys on the screen.
Oh, is that when the bear came in and attacked Rush?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why Superman appeared from the sky to save us all?
I don't remember that last bit. I think you're a bit delusional. You may be getting sick like Snods. See?
Oh. The only thing I'm getting sick of right now is Banks is hearing about your MP5s.
Now, this pause coming in means that NoTag are going to kind of decide, okay, how do we want to play this from here? We need to have solid buys, but we don't want to have to keep double ecoing. What do we change up here? What I'd like to see from NoTag is, okay, you can put KNG outside, but let him play from the top of ladder, right? Let him play from outside. Don't maybe take the forced up angle, let them come to you a little bit, because they're either just avoiding outside or completely smoking him off when he's in charge of the AWP, and they take it to either ramp. They've not really hit successfully the A site either.
Let's think about how the AWP has been utilized out of NoTag. He's tried outside. He has been able to pick up a kill there before, but then now he gets smoked off permanently towards ramp, trying to help out, assist Zand, gets smoked off permanently. Almost at this rate, I would say just stop using the AWP for KNG. Just stick to the M4. Don't try to go for that big money investment. And then you can play more aggressive. You can help Zand out when they do the ramp push, help him get a nice little crossfire. You can peek past the smoke if you want to. Obviously, you can play inside as well with the M4 a little bit more freely than you would the AWP. But then again, you know, that's just from a guy who doesn't play CS.
I would agree with you regardless, Jason.
Oh,
I'm actually down for it, but the only thing I would say is allow KNG to be on a faster rotation to back Zand up with that AWP, because he could shut down a rush coming into ramp. An AWP and an M4 on there would still be devastating.
But I thought he's tried, or is he just sitting too far back?
He sits
sitting in an upper
back,
and he drops down.
He sits back, so he doesn't actually hold the angle to take the challenge. So I'm saying Zand is already playing aggressive, yeah? And then he drops back because he's overwhelmed. So as he drops back, get KNG right on the corner as they come through, see if KNG can get some there, because at the moment he's so passive that he's not able to really work it. We're going very deep in this theory.
We're seeing actually double up. Oof, double up?
Phelps and KNG. Okay, so maybe one ramp, one outside. KNG goes to go outside. Phelps, where's he going? Oh, okay. Oh. Didn't like that window. Okay, so this is what we want to see, right? More passive hold from KNG for the outside. So the smoke's gone down, but he's still got a bit of an advantage. He can still play the gap there. Phelps is there backing him up. KNG lands the shot. This is how it can work for NoTag. So already, they've got PKL down on 27 health. Destiny's been taken out of the equation. And now you can rely on your other players to get in the rest of the work.
I mean, let's be fair, though. That kill he got was because there's a gap in the smoke.
Yeah. But that's an error on Wild's part.
Exactly. So it's not like he hit a fantastic shot or that position was going to work out well for him. It's because Wild made a mistake.
And they will capitalize on all of these mistakes as Phelps even chimes in. With a secondary kill there, the double AWP setup may be the success that NoTag need here. K-Tex is going to try and put a stop to that, but it is still 2 versus 4. He's very out open here in main as well, and Phelps, just close range with the AWP, picks up his 3rd frag. Maybe he's just turned around and said, okay, look, KNG, I'm going to show you how this is getting done. I'm aware of how they're going to play it out. And poor K-Tex. Okay, plenty of money for the T side. This buy is not going to be too much of a problem. You can just get the drop over from Destiny to Landon. But the main thing here is, okay, you've allowed NoTag to have this round. Can they just come straight back and reset them? And they are still going to play the double AWP setup because it worked out so well for them. So how does Wild adapt to this? Maybe they now just pounce straight into that fast ramp play because they would have certainly noticed that Phelps wasn't at ramp because he was already, when they started to rush outside and it was quite a fast play, he was there.
Well, they're not investing into AWP themselves, again, because of the drops. He's for Wild, so maybe a little bit of a faster play is something they're going to look for. Maybe an inner hit here, too. Flashbang comes through, blinds him out completely. The Molotov's going to be thrown down. Cello's still going to be blind by the support out of Team Wild here. He gets a spray down, gets actually a lot of damage done. Only gets 1 frag. Now Molotov's actually going to deny them any sort of chance to contest from upper. Now he's going to come in with his own KNG, just trying to come around the corner. Into connector, and I don't know. They don't have a ton of time to work with here.
KNG, little does he know. Rush, turning on and off. A little bit of X-ray vision.
They have to push in from upper at the same time from heaven. And yeah, they're going to be smoked off. They have no chance. I think this has just got to be a save.
And this is what Wild's reaction was, right? Oh, we got double AWP setup. Let's go fast. Phelps goes down, KNG's not able to get into the game, and that means it's just a straight firefight, and they'll come up top trumps because you can't really fight 5 versus 3 in rifles. Cello did well to hold on to it.
It's top trumps.
Oh, you know what top trumps are.
No, I actually don't.
The cards, remember the trading cards, the playing cards, and they have like certain scores and numbers, and so you have like the top card with the score, and you get...
Oh, I'm not even kidding you. I don't know what top trumps is.
Okay, we need to educate Jason now. You've hit a snods moment.
Well, I just, you know...
Maybe it's a very European or British thing. I don't know.
Maybe? I mean, you said Trump, so I thought you were like trying to make a joke.
Oh, yeah, not about your presence. So Top Trumps is a card game first published in 1978.
Like,
that's close to your age. Each card contains a list of numerical data, and the aim of the game is to compare these values. So I'm saying Top Trumps is in, they were the ones that win it, they were better.
I don't think that's an American thing.
Oh, I finally taught you something, Jason. Not just about 1.6, but about life in general.
It's fair. You know, you teach me that thing, and I've been teaching about casting this entire yesterday and today, so that's a trade-off.
I've improved massively with you. I'll take that. Not that I'm carrying this at all by myself.
Been teaching you about, you know, how it is to cast majors, how it is to be on a high horse, and to not get off it.
One day I'll get to that level. One day. The dream is still alive. Not face it, though, sadly. Saw the announcement, still cried.
Oh, you're actually the secret announcement.
Hey.
Cello trying to play a little bit of a secret spot here. He's going to be overrun by Landon. And the higher edge here of the inner sight. Bomb's going to get down, and Phelps with a fantastic shot. The problem is he's still got 2 more to find. He's got Horvath to come in as well. Horvath realized he just pushed in. He has a clean spray onto Landon. Now it's Tatizin up against Phelps. The op versus the AK. And he drops right in his face. Going for a surprise moment. And Wild, yeah, 9-4. On T side of Nuke, if anything.
I'm actually impressed by that. Tatizin, that was ballsy. He literally jumped in straight up. He knew Phelps would be scoped up high, right? And Phelps isn't going to unscope out of that. Jumps on top of him. Pow! Gets it done. Wild are currently up 9-4. And okay, NoTag, you started off strong, but this is starting to look a little bit too much of a repeat from what we saw last time around on Nuke. It's pistols all again. No one's got armor. And Team Wild are certainly in control.
I mean, I know we're neither of us are color casters here. None of us have been pro players within CSGO. But can you kind of give me like a thought process, you know, into what's going on for NoTag here? Like, what do they need to change up? Like, what's Wild doing that's making their defense be so ineffective?
Well, it's just the straight up fights, right? You've got good positions being held by NoTag, but they are far too passive. Every time at ramp, Zand isn't even going to try and get one kill, right? Look at Astralis, are a good example of a team that can play Nuke well. And do you know how they do it? They sit there and they wait, and if a rush comes down ramp, he might drop a pop flash in front of him and at least spray through one, even if he's blind himself, to try and get that opening pick. Now, okay, it doesn't work every time, right? But NoTag literally give up space and allow a while to run around the sites. You can't do that on a map like Nuke. You need to be able to put up some defense because, especially look at the B bomb site. A is a bit easier to retake, right? More options for the CTs. But coming into B, what are they going to be able to do? That's not like if you've got 5 Ts alive, no one's taken anyone down at this point, and they've all gone lower site. You've got to rotate into that.
And you're probably going to be down 1 potentially. At least. Yeah,
someone at that point, or probably on the CT side, would have died. Zand kept getting caught off, right? And I'm not pointing out Zand, it's just his position. But KNG, he's had enough of it. Aggressive as you like, gets the first kill. Can just fall back, running through the frames unnecessarily. You just went from 100 to 36 health.
He didn't know that, right? He didn't know that he couldn't run through that. Or that he had the time to not run through.
You can back away into the corner and waited for it to go. He wouldn't have been seen there. Stop trying to be nice to him. That was foolish.
He could have kept...
If that nade was a little bit deeper, that could have been lights out for KNG.
Yeah, unfortunately, no deep nade here today. Minute left to go. Wild. Be on 4 players. They're very healthy and be able to equalize things. K-Tech with a fantastic shot to Cello. Problem is, when you're all alone on the A site like this... Actually, Phelps was there, but Phelps wasn't watching the push out of Hut.
He was looking, I think he was looking towards main, and then by the time he went for the player that killed it, he was already hidden behind the silo, so Phelps had to reposition himself and got taken.
Well, it looks like we're potentially going to have an 11-4 scoreline here for Wild. KNG looking to maybe do that and do nothing, unfortunately. But 11-4, that's unfortunately what's going to be held here. The trump card or whatever, however that game works. I'll figure it out in the break that we're going to have now because we do have to go to a 2-minute break before we kick off our second half. That was a terrible outro.
Yeah, that was...
Let's just get off.
Do you want me to just do that again?
Let's just go to... yeah, you do it for me.
So, as Jason can't do this on time, we're going to have a nice little break, guys. And it won't be just a soon break. It's an exact 2-minute break. And then we'll bring you back all the action from this exciting game on Nuke.
Average. Wow. Why are we on camera? I don't know. We don't need to see this.
Oh, hi, we come back.
Dancing aside, as entertaining as that was, what's going to be more entertaining is watching NoTag come back and win this map on T side of Nuke. I'm calling it right now, Banks.
We know how your predictions have gone so far, Jason.
Not well.
Your 2-0 dream for Wild's gone, so now you've flipped and you've gone on to NoTag.
I am a flip-flopper. Call me John Kerry.
I would be impressed massively if NoTag could pull that off, though. Like, not the 11-4 scorelines, we've seen people come back for it, but doing it on Nuke, and that's a really good molly. It's going to allow him to push in. Destiny's in a good spot, though, and he's just doming heads. 3 quick kills, headshots galore, and Team Wild are going to put an end to NoTag in absolute bonkers style. Not a single kill had for NoTag, and Wild are saying, we're large, we're in charge, and we're dominant for this.
Looks like you're swimming when you dance. It's like watching
Fortnite
a baby
dance.
to learn how to swim.
Okay, you don't play
Pick an apple,
any
put it in your
Fortnite.
pocket. Pick an apple, put it in your pocket. Pick an apple.
I wish they could see you.
You know what
right
that is?
now.
You know what that's from?
Nope.
Scrubs, JD.
Ah,
Pick an
okay.
apple, put it in your pocket. Pick an apple.
And that's his dance?
It's how he swims.
Oh. Well, there you go. We've had swimming lessons, dancing lessons, and 1.6 lessons so far on this stream. We're doing well. Either way, NoTag's not going to have too much in this round. As I quickly move over, but Ro2b, let's dome their heads with the Ds. Let's make it happen.
He's like, how do I get these casters to stop talking about swimming and dancing?
Like, I'll make them shut up.
Get some kills.
Bang.
Yeah. Gets the one. But still, NoTag, even if they win this round, they have so much work to do here that even the best of teams would struggle to come back from a scoreline like this. K-Tech's, though, going to be up close and personal inside Mini. He's going to have 2 players coming around the corner. He's going to have the first. He's going to have the second. Does he want dessert on top of this? Well, he's going to try for it. As Zan's just going to be a little bit too big for his stomach. 2 on 3, it is winnable, but they needed that frag there. And unfortunately, they won't have it. And Wild now going to be 3 away from taking us to our 3rd and final map.
There is no, because they didn't get the plant down, no potential for the buyout here from NoTag, which means Wild can stretch their legs a little bit further. I'm surprised we didn't actually see, because PKL died last round, so I would have liked actually him not to get an M4 here and get an SMG and just go on a cleanup spree, because NoTag have nothing. You can make a ton of money on your CT side. So that's maybe a bit of a mistake, but you'll still close it out regardless. It's just less money made.
And the Molotov going to come through. Going to light up top of hut.
It's a repeat of the pistol rounds.
Yep. And it was almost a repeat of the pistol round, except Ro2b did get a kill on a PKL this time. The rest of them going to fall thereafter, 14-4. And Wild. Keep in mind, you know, I think people might be joining and be like, oh, you know, what's the point of this match? What's the big deal about it? Well, winner of this match goes on to play against Luminosity in the grand finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American qualifiers. And the winner of that match will go through to represent the region, as well as MIBR. And the $250,000 event come up November 10th and 11th in the Windy City itself. First time IEM's going to be making a stop there.
Exciting times ahead, and exciting times going into this round because it's buy time. And look at the aggressive position here from PK. He might have just been spotted, though. That was real close. Cello's looking for him. Phelps on the edge of it as well. Phelps will find it. So a great read and understanding that came out there from NoTag. K-Tech's trying to finish this off, and we'll actually just get one. And he doesn't have to push into this. He can just fall back and wait. Great positioning, actually. Landing's up high. See, this is how you should play outside, right? You've got one rifle on the floor. You're keeping Landon up high on catwalk. Means he can kind of work where he is from here. And he can also potentially see over some of these smokes. And as they start to fade a bit as well, because of how long it's taken NoTag out, this is how it should go down. Already the smokes are fading.
Do you miss the catwalk that goes all the way along the edge?
Oh, because I used to do the jump. I was that really lame. You know, the boosted jump to get over and surprise them. Now you can just easily climb up. You guys in CSGO have got it easy, boys. There you go, my tilted moment of Nuke. Not as tilted as NoTag are going to be, as they can't catch a break. Cello goes down. We're now in a 4v2. As Rush goes to Ro2b, and we just see the same position. They're laying on top of each other,
Little
cuddling.
PG-13 R-rated right there.
It's me and you off camera.
Yeah, we actually... I never will talk about this later. I don't think I should probably talk about this on air. That's like one of those behind-the-scenes casting moments that people don't know about. KNG is going to be the last alive up against 4.
Everyone knows what that black leather couch is for in the ESL studios.
Well, it's not really black anymore. KNG will pick up 1. But 1's not really going to be enough. He's down to 2 seconds. Just trying to save the AWP into the next round. Eventually going to be rushed down here. We'll get the shot, or we'll lose the op either way. And 15-4. Team Wild now on map point. So there was a thing that happened during the LCS when I was casting League of Legends. Myself and other casters, we were in Russia at the time, in Moscow. And we were in a theater, because it was like a week that was like a LCS visits, you know, whatever city.
Yep.
And it was so hot in there. It was 40 degrees in the theater. The main theater had air conditioning, even though it wasn't that great, and we had none. So I've literally casted in my shirt, jacket, and my underwear before because it was so hot that you just could not concentrate. I've done that more than once. I'm not gonna say the other times. Or time. Could have just been 2.
I'm looking Jason up and down right now and licking my lips because that sounds like a tasty story.
Sorry, caught off guard there. NoTag, not gonna be caught off guard, at least for Wild. Oh God. More than a piece of meat, okay? But I'm very high in protein, so good for working out.
It's helping me with my weight loss, Jason.
Oof. Nice little headshot there. Challenge just gonna bait him in with the crouch, but he still gets a double dink off. 2 people very low in health. It's gonna be a 3-on-4, but it's more like a 3-on-2 at the moment. Until Jorge comes in and does get them another frag on the board, but Landon's gonna be alive, and he should know that 2 players have to be very low in HP. 50 seconds left, the bomb. We planted here. If Cello can make his way out of window room. There's actually no one there to stop him from planting. It's just that he's so low on HP, he's scared to push out.
Yeah, it's the risky moment, right? They don't know where exactly both the CTs will be hiding. And the information is going to be found here. Good nade in case anyone was in that vents, but it is Phelps a little bit further back. He manages to keep himself away from any damage here. And if Landon drops into it, he needs to be well prepared for this. Phelps is in a very impeccable position to work from.
Looks like they're going to get this one up, actually.
Yeah, they're backing away. Landon doesn't want anyone. To be fair, I respect that, right? Allow NoTag to have 1 extra round. The money here is not amazing for you, but you can get a couple of drops in. They can force off the back of it. But K-Tex doing damage as well. Leaves the only 2 left alive with very low health. If Landon picks off 1 as well, it's just, ooh, the rebuy is going to be the bad potential for him. He doesn't have his grenade to work with anymore, which could have been very impactful. They push out into him. Landon's got to be careful. You need to hold on to that AWP. Risk versus reward. He does manage to stay alive. And that was a little bit touch and go. NoTag can at least have a bit of hope that they got around him regardless. And I wouldn't actually, I don't know which timeout and which team it is going to be who's calling this. But I wouldn't be so surprised if it was NoTag, just the fact that now, where do we go from here?
That was my guess.
Because it's not needed for Wild right now. Like they're aware of that buy. They bought up instantly into this and how they were going to force it. Landon's still got his AWP. This buy is actually pretty solid from Wild. Just this, the utility is the only real big problem. Oh, even then, yeah. So no problems at all. That's just solid.
I think for them is, yeah, they finally went around on T side, but they have to do that 10 more times just to put it into overtime. And to do it 10 times straight on a map like Nuke, on T-side Nuke, it's a lot to ask out of a team, even the best of teams. Either way, though, we're going to see them try to go for it here, try to prevent themselves from having to go to Z2, which will be our 3rd map if we do need it. And with shots like that, I think we're most likely be going to it here in a few minutes.
One thing for PKL, right, I'll say straight off the back of this, just in the couple of series we've commentated of Wild, he's been on point with just dealing with the earlier pressure and aggression being thrown at him. He doesn't want them players that kind of panics and falters. The people who are faltering right now is NoTag. It could be lights out for him, and it is. Xand goes down 16-5, and NoTag on Nuke continue to look impressive before we head into Dust 2. My prediction still reigns in, but I did not think it was going to be that convincing.
Yeah, it was 16-9, I think you just said, the last time they met. This one was just not even that close. And they start CT side as well, too. So there was a good chance they could put up some really good numbers on that map, but unfortunately just wasn't going to be there. But Dust 2, last time they met, it was 16-11 in favor of Wild. Do you think we're seeing that similar scoreline to that?
I went for, what, I said 16-12, 16-13 if it's going to be Dust 2 in favor of Wild. I still think Wild will win it just because they seem to be playing better overall. Obviously, Overpass was kind of what we expected. It's one of their insta-bans. Going to Nuke, again, it's the same. It's like a reverse flip, right? They've given each other a map. So when it comes down to Dust 2, normally, had I not watched so much of Wild over these last couple of days, I would have easily said, yeah, NoTag, like KNG on the AWP, he can be a monster. You double AWP set up with Phelps and KNG on a map like Dust 2. I'd hate to be the other team, right? But it seems like Wild have kind of got their kind of progressive thought process going with it. They're very reactive to what NoTag are doing even. And I actually think that it's not relying on the individual players as much because KNG has had a bad game there. He played well on overpass, right? Phelps was there playing another level. Yeah, he was up to what you expect. But KNG cannot afford to have a bad map when it comes to Dust 2.
So you know what worries me before we do head to a break here is thinking about, you know, we're focused on this match so much, but what about the match after? What about the Luminosity match? Do either of these teams, at the way they're currently playing, have what it takes to match up against LG?
I don't want to be that guy, but it's just to be honest, it's like Luminosity still are much more well-drilled. The experience is there. They are just a fundamentally better team. It would be a real crying shame to see Wild potentially... Say it's Wild that make it to the grand finals now, right? I'd be really upset if they didn't get a map because like they've tried so hard. You can see that the push is there. But I just... You can't... There's just a complete divide between the abilities of those teams.
Well, luckily for us, we're going to get to see a match in some sort up against Luminosity. Not sure exactly what team it's going to be just yet, as we do have one more map to play here in this best of 3. We're going to head to a short break, and when we come back, we're going to find out what team will be going against Luminosity in the grand finals at the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago South American Qualifier.